Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Starladder Season 10 for the Southeast Asia. Jesus, words are hard. Southeast Asia Division continues right now. It's time for Johnny's Revenge versus... Who are they playing again? Team Awake, and the draft is underway, so we're going to hop right into it. Waste no time in doing so. And away we go. Yeah, it's first overall pick, Razor. Man, this is quite the departure. Quite the departure in draft from what we were seeing earlier today in WEC action, but we see Razor and Death Prophet getting through. Viper a little less surprising that he makes his way through the draft, but yeah, it's because there's a Meepo ban. Meepo banned out in the first phase, and even heroes like Brew and Tide have generally not been first phase banned. They've been banned at some point, but not normally first phase banned. So yeah, with that being said, as we have a moment here, I want to bring up the group standings, just get a sense of where these teams sit right now and how close they are to moving on to the playoffs. One team from Southeast Asia qualifies for the trip to Kiev and the LAN finals. And as you can see, Team Awake is at the bottom, 1-5. Johnny's Revenge, they're at the top, 5-1. So I was casting a lot with Winter today, and now we get to see if my buddy's up to snuff.
Reserve time.
And he talks a lot about when you give away the Tinker, you know, you want to have the Storm or the Bat or be able to bet in the game early. Those are the two options for Winter. So let's see if he drafts accordingly. He is the captain for this team and in the driver's seat as Awake will go for a Shadow Shaman next. We see Johnny's Revenge pick up the Rubik. They get a much needed source of lockdown from a support and some good spells to steal this game. March is quite nice. The wards for Shaman are fantastic. If he can get his hands on them. Looking at Awake's draft a little more, they've got... I think they could use a little more D-push, and that's where maybe we see like an Earthshaker pickup. Someone who doesn't require too much farm, but is a nice defensive support. I think that would be a decent option here. Outside of that, they could, if they want, they could go for a jungler and an aggressive, probably more aggressive one like an Enchantress. I don't think you want to go too greedy with an Enigma type hero, given the position they're already in, running the Tinker and the Shaman support. Oh, sorry, I said Earthshaker. I'm an idiot. He just got banned. My apologies, guys. It's been a long and trying day. This is probably the most fatigued I've ever been as a caster, and it's not even the longest day, but a lot of tech issues, so bear with me while we make improvements. It's Juggernaut for Awake, so they get themselves the healing ward, but it's just a weird pick. I feel this is a very weird pick. Like, you already have Tinker, who wants to turtle and farm his core items. They do have the Shaman Viper. The Shaman Viper Juggernaut go well together. Natural Met Carrier and the Viper. Shaman who pushes. Juggernaut who sustains the push. But then the Tinker in the mix is a little strange. And Juggernaut is not good against Death Prophet and Razor. Static Link will persist through Blade Fury, can be cast on Blade Fury targets. The Razor Ultimate will still hit him, and the Death Prophet ult will still hit him. It's pretty much everything important as far as damage goes will affect Juggernaut. Even Omni Slash isn't that great against these heroes. They normally build armor items, they normally get a lot of HP, and they're not that susceptible to burst damage after the early game. So I think on paper I'm liking Johnny's Revenge draft better so far, but that's of course assuming that they can deal with the Tinkerino. And that is always a tall order. Oops. Forgot my overlays here.
Ten seconds remaining.
But yeah, Batrider removed is the final ban by Awake. And he is a natural predator for the Tinker. And looking at Johnny's Revenge right now, the other heroes that are out there, I think Clockwork's the main one. If they want to go for something that quote unquote counters Tinker. Also is really good against Shadow Shaman. So I like the idea of getting a Clockwork here, to be honest. They need some team fight. They need some lockdown. I'd say Clock's the hero. If they don't want to go Clock, let's see. Who else is remaining at this point? I wish there was. I still wish there was a way to just bring up the hero list from within the draft, but I always have to open up a web browser. It's like just sometimes it's just hard to think of heroes at this stage. Let's see. Beastmaster. Actually, for Awake, Beastmaster wouldn't be bad. I kind of like it. They go Omni Knight. Interesting pickup. That is extremely interesting. It's funny because Winter was talking so much today about how much he loves Omni Knight. And he thinks he's really undervalued, should be picked more, should be played more. And the Omni Knight versus Razor and Death Prophet. Tons of physical damage. All of it blocked completely by Guardian Angel. Remaining. Well, effectively completely with the health regen and incredible armor you get from it. There's not much magic damage. I think that's an issue for Johnny's Revenge here that they want to address if possible.
Witch Doctor.
And they go Witch Doctor, so they get some sustain for their push. It's also a lot of damage if they can find openings, but the Death Ward is physical, so this makes the Omni Knight even more potent if he has a decent start. And with that being said, guys, we're ready to hop inside the game. It's our second match of the day, third match of the day. We'll have one more best of one coming up after this one, and then we will be done, and I can sleep and be a human being again tomorrow. Yeah. Well, I guess we can roll out the downstairs. We can figure out what the tech issue is downstairs, so hopefully fix that computer and be able to cast WEC without constantly having crashes. Yeah, we had a lot of PC issues there. And 4 heroes disconnect. Uh-oh. Wait, that means they disconnected, right?
10 seconds remaining.
No, I guess not. Didn't say they did.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, on paper, I am digging this Omni Knight pick on paper a lot. The only issue with Omni Knight is, like, can he actually get levels without being too much of a liability in the laning stage? He doesn't deep push exceptionally well. He doesn't offer too much to your team in the first 5 minutes, but once the rest of your team is able to fight, he just complements you beautifully. And will be very potent if this game goes on. Past like the 15-20 minute mark. That's where he can start to excel. But with that, we'll introduce the teams. And on the side of Johnny's Revenge, we've got Sharky. You might remember this name from way back in the MUFC days. He'll be playing the Rubik. Polasson will be handling the Wraithcane. We've got JLB on the Death Prophet, going for the mid lane, it looks like, with the pull tangos. Lane will be bringing up the rear as the Witch Doctor, a blast from the past. And Winter will be playing the Razor. Boots already picked up.
30 seconds.
Looks like he's probably going to the safe lane here. And that is not the lane that an Omni Knight wants to be playing against. In fact, that is an absolute disaster of a lane. That's the issue, is like, where are you going to lane this guy? They're going to have to do a swap of some kind. Like, putting the Viper there would be okay. Not great, but at least okay. I think the Viper would have a better time mid, but yeah. Let's see. On the dire side, the team that's really struggling to find a win. We've got Awake, Yo2 on the Shadow Shaman. BSR will be handling the Tinker. You've got King A on the Juggernaut. That puts Fading onto the mid Viper. And last but not least, Solotic. Hoping for big plays on him and the Omni, but now with double damage on Winter, he is screwed. He is 100% screwed. Did at least go Boots first. And has slightly more move speed than Razor. 10 more to be exact, but it's still going to be tough. And JR is going aggressive tri-lane. They want to shut down this Tinker off the bat.
Close, but not.
I'm actually having auditory hallucinations. This Viper was some person talking to me. I was like, what the hell, man? That's how long of a night it's been. But yeah, this lane is unwinnable. All Omni can do is get levels, and that's going to be tough. You see Winter's not even static link yet. He wants Solotic to get in a bit closer and get off a good duration static link, which he's going to get now. With the DD rune wearing off, he probably won't be able to get this kill, but continues to drain and hits for now just around 70-something. 75.
Purification.
Solotic attempts for the harassment heal, but doesn't connect on it, and that means he's out of mana. Omni Knight does not have the best mana pool early. You get off 2 heals and then pretty much back to the well. Looks like he's going to eat a tango, rotate to drop a sentry. And he wants to start stacking these ancients for his Tinker. That is a priority. Without farm, the Tinker is... Without the ancients, he's really not going to find too much farm in this top lane. He's 6-0 for now. Doing okay, and does have a Juggernaut to back him up. But the thing is, he can't just free farm the lane, and he's got to be worried about them going on him. They've got great initiation with the Witch Doctor stun, the Wraith King stun. Both can be used to initiate. So can Rubik Lift, and at these early levels, they might not have the burst to kill him, but they will soon. So ultimately, that's probably the main way that Starladder can help his team, is just constantly stacking Ancients when possible. Did a good D-ward. And with the tri-lane top, the supports won't be able to get a ward down there soon. They'll have to ferry some to Winter if they really want to stop that stacking. Uh-oh, Sharky's in a bit of a predicament here. Blade Fury's ready, and the spin comes directly onto 3, but the Witch Doctor heal turns this, and BSR... Oh, he's overextended. First blood going the way of Johnny's Revenge. Easily. Lane low. I think King I can get this. He's going to take 2 auto attacks, though. He's got to keep on chasing. Maybe not. Tinker just TPing back in now, and in fact, King A's going to go down. He's gone in too deep. He's got stick charges. That might keep him alive. No boots on the Witch Doctor. This is a Wraith King stun. Just out of range. Just barely going to make it, and JLB goes for the nuke. Nah. He knew he wouldn't get him. Just going to back off in the end.
Denied.
But yeah. As for the mid lane, Viper versus Death Prophet, it's a okay lane for the Viper. Should have a slight edge, but Death Prophet will be able to spam out the waves a bit better, so it kind of evens out, and once she hits level 6, you got to worry about the towers going out, and this just can't happen top lane. Another death on BSR, as he gets stunned by the Witch Doctor. Can't make it out. Yo2, they don't really have any lockdown to go on him further. But the bullying continues in earnest. And Winter's going to die for this with phase boots. He knows, now that I have phased, I can threaten for a kill. At least force out that final hero. Solodic won't die, but he's off the lane. And back to the well. So they're losing 2 lanes, and mid lane's just an even trade pretty much. 16-5.
Dire's top
Bit of,
tower
well,
is
not
under
an
attack.
even trade. A win for the Viper, but not an overwhelming win. As JLB gets off a single stack. You can Crypt Swarm to stack this one too, but it does eat into your mana pool a bit this early on. That is an option if you just want to give yourself a few more creeps to farm later and just increase your overall efficiency. And if I'm awake right now, I'm really feeling like I gotta rotate my Tinker. I really think they should have just sent him mid, put the Viper top. Like, I'm not seeing the point of having this Tinker in the side lane, to be totally honest. He is a bit vulnerable to roaming ganks, but that's where you just need to have a TP ready on the Omni Knight, maybe the Shadow Shaman. Tinker just getting nothing in this lane, and the failure to make adjustments is costing Awake quite heavily. And it's only a double stack bottom. Like, they haven't even prioritized that, and as soon as you move your camera away, he then goes in and gets focused down, and there's crits coming out now. The Philosopher's actually not leveling up his stun. He's just gone for an early point in Vampiric Aura as well as Mortal Strike. They want to push this tower, and he does not want to have to go heal. And another TP in for the Tinker. Still looking for his first item after boots. No Soul Ring, no bottle, nowhere near Boots of Travel. This is a train wreck opening for a Tinker.
Dire's
Maybe you
top
don't need a
tower
Tinker
has
counter.
fallen.
Generally, you see a Tinker like, we're gonna need something to lock him down, but if he's feeding this hard, yeah, they'll be fine without it. No bat, no storm, no clock. Who cares? But yeah, for those just joining us, this is not going well for Awake. They are 1-5 in Starladder Southeast Asia, and they appear to be outclassed right now by Johnny's Revenge. 4K gold down, 3K experience down, and more importantly, already down a tower. Their Tinker's struggling. The offlane Omni Knight got dominated by Razor. Pretty much nothing going the way of Awake right now. And I'm not sure where the comeback's going to come from. The Shadow Shaman wards are not coming anytime soon. He's only level 2. Juggernaut really can't fight into the Witch Doctor heal because it negates not all of the Blade Fury damage, but enough of it that it really doesn't feel that scary. As my cat is literally running laps around the room right now. I gotta get this cat out of here. Well, maybe not now. Soon. He came into the room right as I was trying to close the door, and my cats are feral, so I know you guys probably don't care about them, but he's driving me friggin' insane right now. So they run away, so you can't just like pick them up and throw them out of the room. They're a little scared of people. Gotta let them come to you. Ring around the rosy. Smoke cake was attempted by JR, but kind of fortunately for Kane, he's going to reveal that one from the high ground and then dodges out. So Sharky and Lane head towards the bottom lane instead. And they're about to go up the hill. Solodic is back to base, though. And they just give the top lane to the Wraith King, leave him alone, and now it's the turn of Awake to make their smoke rotation. It's a level 3 Juggernaut leading the way, but they got to get a Disable in here if they want to go for the kill. Tinker's not going to offer you any lockdown. You got to lead with the Shadow Shaman. Even though if he is bootsless. You're not killing this Wraith King with just Blade Fury. Not unless they get a stun. In fact, he jumps in on the Tinker as they come around from behind. Shaman's going to go back the other way. If he gets the shackles, this should be a kill. March is now deployed. Okay, maybe now they've got blocks on. He's cornered himself in the trees. That is a very awkward position to be in. Viper waiting with his mid, and more importantly, bottom lane, the push will come. Winter working on this tower. It's in... No. Doesn't get the last hit, but it does quickly fall. And you see the Death Prophet is getting some really fortunate runes. Now a regen rune picked up. That was desperately needed after the way the past minute or so of engagement was going. And the good news for offlane Omni is he does now have his Soul Ring, so he could draw the waves back a bit and doesn't have to worry about being picked off. And they roam towards bottom lane, but there's no great initiator here. And that is the big issue with Awake's draft. They don't have a Clockwork, they don't have a Void, no Tide, no Doom. Just nothing that starts the fight in an easy way. Until they get a Blink on Shaman. That is their initiation. But given his terrible start, it looks like BSR is going to try to recover by just rushing Boots of Travel. No bottle, no Soul Ring. Now the issue with this is that even once you get to the Boots of Travel, you have to go base a lot. And that's assuming that you get it, which Palasson is trying to prevent. I think he's got this. He's got another stun in 3 seconds. BSR is going to need the backup. Palasson does get juked a little bit. And thank God for him, he lives. He'll get a heal now from Solodic. And then some creeps taken away. He's close now. Close at last to the Boots of Travel. And for Johnny's Revenge, they won't want to relax too much. They need to keep the pressure up here. Look for some additional towers, which is exactly what they're doing. JLB on the tier 1 mid, Winter on the tier 2 bottom. That tower's going to be a deny range, and I guess they'll just give it up for free. JLB will try to come in for one more right click and finish it off. It's close. 27 HP. Not dead just yet, though. They throw Fading back. Good Rubik lift. Then Witch Doctor forced to retreat, and the Omni Knight ult will come as everybody's on the run. The Blade Fury drops lane low. Winter rotates in, though. They just shred the Juggernaut. That support Jug doesn't have much HP. BSR just got Boots of Travel. Solodic, no Soul Ring available. One more right click, and then the Crypt Swarm should do him in. Oh, it doesn't hit. The Plasma Field will. Winter jams it home. Dives deep for that kill. And BSR makes his way back to the fountain. And the push will continue.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Done the kingdom a service.
Dire's structures are fortified.
And there's just not much that Awake can do to stall these pushes out. Like, the Tinker at this point is Boots of Travel, but that's really all he's working with. Level 4 March is online, but he just doesn't have much mana. As the dive continues, they will find the Viper kill. Looking for a little bit more on Lane, who channeled his ultimate. Did a lot of damage. Now Yotu next to drop. And Kane, the Juggernaut, tries to TP out while Blade Furying, but they just right-click him down. Johnny's Revenge just running Awake over. 3 kills to their name and looking for their first lane of Rax at 11 minutes into this game. It's just been a beatdown. I got to go back to the lanes and say the Tinker needed to go mid. They put him in the side lane. He got caught out repeatedly. To be fair, his position wasn't the best, and he could have avoided those deaths by playing more defensively, but there was just really little point to put him in the top lane. Much better off putting the Viper there, who can do more at the early levels and doesn't need the help as the fight breaks out. And Awake continue to get pummeled. In fact, they're diving them to the tier 4 towers. Again, we're 12 minutes in, guys. This is about as bad as it gets. And it looks like 1 in 5 is about to become 1 in 6. The range rack's about to drop. It will fall, and there's just no reason to back. That's a very bold move by our Tinker. And a very, very quick death by him as well. And that's not it. 4 dead. They want to make it 5, and Awake just, they've had enough. They GG out. I wanted to believe in the Omni pick. I think on paper it was a good pick versus these heroes, but not when he has to lane 1v1 against Razor, and not when their top lane loses so hard. Didn't help that Winter got a level 1 DD rune, but really it was kind of over just from the lanes. Maybe if they'd made some adjustments, some early rotations, just played it a bit more defensively, but alas, ladies and gentlemen, they did not do so. And now, well, with that being said, we find ourselves at the end of our 3rd match of the day. I believe we've got one more game coming up. I don't actually know which one it is. I'm going to look that up as soon as this broadcast, or as soon as this cast ends. But for now, you're watching Starladder Season 10. I'm LDFB on the summit. Sorry if I'm a little discombobulated. It has been a long and trying day, but I promise you we've got more good Dota coming up soon. Stay tuned as Starladder continues after this.